Welcome back. If this is your first time here on this channel and you experience any kind of issues with playback, please check out the link in the description to my mirrored account on BitChute.com, redpill_McKenzie. Now, today's video, we're picking up where we left off. We're now in week 2 of September 2018 with the high-level resignations. Talking CEOs, CFOs, COOs, heads of state, police chiefs, you name it. Every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, it's a new week until basically we catch up. But real quick, where do I get the names from? I get them from a site called Resignation Info, maintained by Resignation Anon. And despite the meme I just showed you, there are actually a lot of good people on this list. Not everyone on this list is a bad person, and even though there's been quite a few of those, even still, not everyone's going to be indicted. Go ahead, check out the link to the indictments if you haven't seen it already. There's also a little feature where you can report resignations. Anything that's not on the list since September 2017, go ahead, put the link to the news article, submit it. Once it's been verified, it'll be added to the list. And get this, if it's new and it's notable, chances are you might see it on the next resignation show. Every other Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. German time, with the next show being on March 17th, and it's hosted on a channel called In Real Life News. I'll put the link to their channel in the description so that way you don't miss the next resignation show, or you can just get it up on the resignation show piece while you're on their website, and boom, link up with In Real Life News or catch up with any of the other resignation shows you may have missed. But now that that's been taken care of, let's get to the names. With the general counsel to Ripple in the U.S., Brendan Lear, as Ripple was embroiled in a lawsuit over whether or not the company's token XRP is a security, in May, investor Ryan Coffey initiated legal action against the company. That prompted her resignation. We have the CEO and chairman to Riot Blockchain in the U.S., John O'Rourke, resigned in the wake of unrelated charges by the SEC against him for alleged fraud. We have the chairman to the Republican Party in Beaver County in Pennsylvania, Chip Kozer, resigned in the aftermath of a Facebook controversy that he was in. We have a leader to the MPLA party in Angola, Jose Eduardo dos Santos. It comes as President João Lourenço, a former defense minister, pledged to dismantle corruption that flourished under his predecessor, who took power in 1979. We have the CEO to Eskom Rotec Industries in South Africa. We have the CEO, president, and chairman, all one person, to CBS, Leslie Moonves, resigned after sexual misconduct allegations. We have the editor-in-chief, the managing editor, and the editor, pause if you need to. All three of these were fired, to Cumhuriyet in Turkey, and then we have all of these other journalists, pause if you need to read their names, that resigned at the same time. And we have one cartoonist. So all from the same thing right there. We have these two directors from JP Infratech Limited in India. We have the Chief Strategy Officer to Snap Inc. in the U.S., Imran Khan. We have the President to the University of South Florida in the U.S., Judy Genshaft. We have the CEO to HCA Healthcare in the U.S., Milton Johnson, retired. We have the President to Cerner Group in the U.S., Zane Burke. We have Congressman to the U.S. Congress, Ron DeSantis, a Republican of Florida. We have the Sheriff to Lee County in Florida, Mike Scott, retired. We have the Chairman to the U.S. Olympic Committee in the U.S., Larry Probst, resigned amid ongoing turmoil over the lack of oversight that led to the Larry Nassar abuse scandal. We have a Director to the Haiyan Smart Community Company Limited in China, Kiao Kuanping. We have a Chairman to Red Violet, Michael Browser in the U.S., resigned amid an SEC civil lawsuit. We have a reporter to Houston Chronicle in Texas, Mike Ward. It's another Chronicle reported raised questions about whether persons quoted in one of Ward's stories existed, and he resigned around that. We have the head to Cyprus Stop Trafficking in Cyprus. Pause if you need to read that. He said that she had been knocked out by the welfare office. We have the CEO and president of Project Management Institute in the U.S., Mark A. Langley, retired. We have these three board members: the CBS in the U.S. resigned in the wake of the Leslie Moonves departure as chief of the network following a wave of sexual misconduct allegations. And I was wrong. It's actually not just three, it's six. Pause if you need to read those names. Moving on. We have the CFO and board member to ING Group in the Netherlands. We have the president to Chili's in the U.S., Kelly Valade. She resigned and went off to work to be CEO and president of TDN2K. We have the head of China Center and Google Cloud Platform in the U.S., Fifi Li. She resigned and went off to work at Stanford University. We have director to CBB Bancorp Inc. in the U.S., David A. McCoy, retired. We have the health minister to Spain government in Spain, Carmen Montan. After reports of irregularities in how she obtained an academic degree, she resigned. The CEO and director to Family Bank in Kenya, David Thuku. The CEO to Russia Airlines in Russia, Dmitry Saprikin. We have the CEO to Pasadena Humane Society in the U.S., Julie Bank. We have Commissioner to Gaston County in North Carolina, Don Grant. He pleaded guilty the previous week to misdemeanor assault on a female in exchange for prosecutors dropping a misdemeanor sexual battery charge stemming from a 2017 incident at a Gastonia woman's home. We have a director to the Industrial Alliance Insurance and Financial Services Inc. in Canada. We have a producer to CBS in 60 Minutes in the U.S., Jeff Fager, resigned amid sexual misconduct allegations. We have the VP to Tesla Inc. in the U.S., Justin McCainer. We have the bishop to the Roman Catholic Church in Brazil, Jose Ronaldo Ribeiro, resigned after reports of his arrest for allegedly stealing $600,000 of church funds. We have the CEO and chairman of MDC Partners in the U.S., Scott Kaufman. We have district attorney to Suffolk County in New York, Dan Conley, said in February that he would not seek re-election that fall. We have the CEO to Prudential Financial Inc. in the U.S., John Strangfeld, retired. We have the general manager to Triumph Science and Technology Co. Limited in China. We have a director to National Investment Funds Limited in China. We have a magistrate to Hamilton County in Ohio, Michael Bachman, resigned following an incident involving a woman at the courthouse. We have the co-president to Greenberg Touareg in the U.S., Hillary Bass. We have the CEO emeritus to Innovative Services NW in Canada, Londa Carroll, retired. We have these two secretaries from BHP Billiton in Australia. We have the CEO and we have the director, two different people, to Pan Pages BHD in Malaysia. We have the CEO and president to the Center for Veterans Issues in Milwaukee in Wisconsin, Robert Cockcroft, died at the age of 71. We have the bishop to Roman Catholic Church in the U.S., Michael J. Bransfield, resigned due to allegations of misconduct. We have the COO of Cyber Division to the FBI, Trent Tayema. We have the Chief Medical Officer to the Bristol Myers Squibb in the U.S., Jose Baselga, resigned after a report by ProPublica and the New York Times that he failed to disclose millions of dollars in payments from the healthcare and drug industry in research articles. We have the head of sales to Airbus Commercial Aircraft in France, Eric Schultz. We have the lecturer to the University of Bristol in the UK, resigned after admitting that he fabricated his research. We have a regional director to Big Brothers Big Sisters in Texas, Kim Hogue. We have the CEO and director to Digital Town Inc. in the US, Robert Monster. We have these two directors to ZoomPass Holdings Inc. in the US. We have a director to Maine Governor's Energy Office in the US. We have the finance minister to the Nigerian government, Kimi Adeosun. We have an admiral to the Defense Innovation Board in the U.S., William H. McCraven. We have VP to Tennessee Valley Authority in the U.S., Joe Grimes, retired. We have vice chairman to T. Rowe Price Group Inc. in the U.S., Edward C. Bernard, retired. We have CFO and VP to University of Central Florida in the U.S., William Merck, resigned after an audit revealed that the school improperly used $38 million in state funding to construct a campus building. With the CEO to UK Athletics in the UK, Niels DeVoe. We have the CEO to MC&C in the US, Mike Collin. We have the CEO, we have the Deputy Health Commissioner, and we have a director from Alaska Psychiatric Institute in the US. That Wednesday, state officials unveiled a report that concluded API was also known as Alaska Psychiatric Institute, was an quote unduly unsafe end quote workplace, building on several years of other investigations with similar findings. The CEO to United Road in the U.S., Kathleen McCann, she resigned and went off to be chairman at United Road and was replaced by Mark Anderson. We have the CEO to Self Storage Real Estate Investment Trust in the U.S., David L. Rogers, resigned and was replaced by Joseph Sapphire. We have the CEO and chairman to Warner Chappell Music in the U.S., John Platt. We have the CEO to Pro Manchester in the UK, John Ashcroft. We have the chief to Athens Police in Georgia, Scott Freeman. We have the CEO to Texton Property Fund in South Africa. We have the CFO to Bunker Holding in Denmark, Jesper Klokker Hansen. We have the chairman and director to True Nature Holding Inc. in the U.S. And that's it. Every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Don't forget, it's a new week. And also, in real life news, subscribe with them so you get the next Resignation show, which is coming up here on March 17th this weekend. And as always, if you like my video, go ahead, share, because sharing's caring. And if you haven't already yet, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell for notifications so that way YouTube has no choice in what kind of content of mine that you get to see. I hope you enjoyed it. I love you all. God bless you all. This is Red Pill McKenzie.